Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Patrick from Vicious Computers, and welcome to a brand new full set of guides that are going to be put together in a series. This has been something that I just kind of kicked up as an idea the other night, honestly, and I know I've got a ton of videos going on, but we're going old school. This is where I grew up. As I was growing up and going through the IT industry, there was a lot of times that I had to learn new skills, new certifications. I would hunt down guys that knew what they were talking about, and back in the day, it was a lot more common to put together guides like this, like, professor classroom type stuff. And that was really where I started. And yeah, things have changed over the years, and now we're more about like quick grab attention, clickbaity stuff, and this long form content is kind of going away. So I'm going to try to condense this long form content into medium form content. I'm forcing myself to move faster because I actually put together some PowerPoint presentations to keep us on task. So this video is our introduction video, and it'll be a little bit of talking. And the whole point is to get the talking out of the way, and then each video after this will be just straight to business. But let's go ahead and cover what this is all about. Why am I putting this series together? And also, one of the things I want to point out is that this is definitely free content. Usually a lot of the times in the day, like I said, this kind of content costs money because those people putting together those guides, they wanted to make some money on it. But no, I'm releasing this free to everyone. So please enjoy and share to anyone you think it can help. First of all, a disclaimer, I am not a PowerPoint person. This is probably the first time I've touched it in like 15 years. And I just did a very basic put together. Got 2 videos done out of the whole series so far as the PowerPoints go. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to do every video and release them at once or kind of release them as we go. So I'll have to figure that out because I'm excited to get to what we're actually going to be working on. So the course, the criteria, what's going on here? Who is the course for? New solar enthusiasts that are looking for a no-nonsense, quick start guide to help equip them with the necessary knowledge needed to make purchasing and design decisions for a solar system. Let me explain that. Every single day, I'm weird. Instead of doom scrolling through Facebook and looking for a drama and all that, I'm usually going through groups of things that I enjoy: audio, solar, electronics, smart home. And then I look at what people are doing, see if there's something I can learn. And I look at what people need help with, and I help them. I give answers to questions. And every single day, without a doubt, every single day, in every single group that has to do with solar, I see at least one person come in and ask, will these solar panels work with this? Or what kind of solar panels do I need for this? And then it's a very empty question. And my answer, I jump in, I'm usually one of the first people to answer, will be, I can't answer your question. You did not give me enough information. And it's not their fault. They're brand new. They don't know what they're doing. They just know what the advertisements say. They know what people are saying, that like this is good, that's not good. And they're just trying to find a place to start. That's what this is going to start with, is like, what do you need to know? With that knowledge, you're going to be able to now design your own system, meaning you don't even have to go into the groups to ask for help. But if you're still someone who wants to double check yourself or seek a little bit more professional advice, at least now you'll be equipped to know what kind of information you need to bring to your question. That is also it's going to help in both ways. It's going to give you the knowledge you need to help yourself, but it's going to give you the knowledge you need to get help from others. And that is priceless, because if I could just help one person a day with this video series to get past that first hitch to get started, it's going to save thousands of hours between us in the long run. And it's going to make helping people in those forums so much easier. So maybe these can get shared around or pasted or whatever at one point in time. The next thing is, though, it's not just for beginners. It's for people like me, people who are a little bit more intermediate and advanced, people who already know the basics, but there's still, even the people that know the basics, there's always something to learn. So there's a few advanced concepts that are either commonly misunderstood or sometimes people don't even know they exist. So I want to bring those situations to light and talk about them. So for the people who are not straight up beginners, there's definitely going to be something in here for you. And lastly, just to be a little bit funny, but also sort of truthful, this is for anyone. If you like to learn, sometimes you just, even if it's not something you're currently researching or interested in, it's just a cool thing to learn. Or if you just want to listen to the deranged Marine Corps version of Bob Ross talk about painting little solar panels all over the yard and making happy mistakes, that's me. I don't love my voice, but like I said, this is what I used to do with this long form content. So it's kind of a familiar place to me. And there was 1 or 2 people back in the day that said, man, I love your voice, because I'll tell you, I actually wanted to be a radio DJ once upon a time. So, hey, there you go. Let's move on to our next slide. All right, this is where we're going to do the most talking for this intro video. Let's go over the series playlist as it is laid out right now. Obviously, the intro video, this is where we're at. We're talking about the intro to the series. The very next video that we're going to move into is the very first basics that you need to know, the most important ones. How to size your solar panels to an MPPT or an all-in-one inverter. The all-in-one inverters being the ones that have an MPPT built into it. If you didn't know that, you hook solar panels to an inverter, and then you hook the inverter to your batteries, and you hook that to your AC output, and you power your house or your shed or whatever. Those all-in-one units, they have MPPTs inside of them. So we can just use the term MPPT exclusively from here forward. This is that same scenario I was just talking about, that beginner question. Will these solar panels work? How many can I hook up? So we're going to start there. How do you determine what size solar panels, how many, how do you hook them up, and how do you know it's safe? So that's where we're going to start. That'll protect you from making a mistake, which could cost you a lot of money. So like I said, we'll start there. The second video is taking that same concept, but we're going to step it up a notch. We're going to do a series connection first, which means one panel connected to the other in the very basic, easiest, simplest setup possible. But then that might leave you wondering, what about parallel? Isn't parallel also an option? And yes, it is. But series and parallel completely work differently when it comes to solar panels. So in this video, we're going to explain the difference between series and parallel, how you can mix series and parallel, and how you can do some basic calculations to determine what you're going to be creating as far as an array, a solar array, when you have series and parallel mixed. And then from there, the next video is that taken up to the next level. We're going to talk about overpaneling. Overpaneling, explaining what it is, it's where you have more panels than are necessary for the MPPT that they're connected to. But it's done in such a way that it won't damage it, and it can give you additional performance improvements to your array. And we'll talk about some of the reasons you might do that and how to do that safely. And that's where we're going to jump away from intermediate. And on the fifth video, we're going to start getting into advanced topics. How does weather affect your solar panel array? How does your location on the earth affect your solar panel array? East, west, north, south. There's a lot of things that the environment will do that affects your solar panel array. And if you're designing it to a very finite precision level, then you need to know these things. So with the basics, we're just going to be following some basic safety guidelines, like the 20% rule. But for advanced people, you can actually do the math to calculate exactly what's going on within the array. Same thing for the next video, how to configure and calculate mismatched panels. This is one of those questions that you'll often get a wrong answer to. Can you mix solar panels? Yes, you can. Generally speaking, it's not a good best practice because you can lose a lot of performance. But this is all science here. This is not just mystery. If we know the panel specs, we can actually determine how much power we're going to generate and or how much power we're going to lose when we mix different panels together. And with that knowledge, you will also know how to find mismatched panels that work together without any loss. As an example, the solar panels that are about to get installed on my roof in a couple of weeks, hopefully, I bought them as a pallet from eBay. That seller never got more of that panel available ever. I've been watching and watching and watching. So I had to buy a different solar panel to supplement. And even though I'm going to be running them to separate MPPTs as separate strings, so they're technically not going to be mixed, I had picked them out specifically so that if they had to be mixed, it could be. And in the case of my panels, it was only like a 1% loss in performance. So yes, it can be done. And then the last video is just kind of going over common mistakes, which again comes down to the questions I see often. Why isn't my MPPT giving me any power? Oh, because your battery's 100%. Like, that's the kind of common stuff that I see a lot. I want to point those easy things out. And then the lessons learned, because like I said, I'm kind of in that intermediate advanced, but I had to go through that beginner phase, and that wasn't too long ago. And in that beginner phase, yeah, I made some mistakes. Not so much with the electrical and the wiring and how-to part, but bad decisions that either wasted me time or money, or maybe I didn't realize where I wanted to go with everything. So maybe my personal story and those lessons learned can help you get a jump start and not make some of those same mistakes. And that's it for our introduction video. Like I said, I'm trying to keep these moving sort of quickly. The whole point of getting the intro video separately is there's no intro in each one of the next videos. We're just going to get straight to the point with our labs and our testing and our work. And I very much hope that everyone enjoys this series and that it proves to be fruitful. So once again, just want to remind everyone, this was Patrick from Vicious Computers, and I'll see you in the next videos.